Hi, and thank you so much for watching. My name is Vuyisani Sholo, and today we'll be talking about how to set and achieve your goals. Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. I hope you are as excited about this year as I am. I believe this is going to be the great year. Now, in order for you to get the most out of this session, please grab a pen and a paper or a journal. If you don't have those, you can get any electronic device that you use to take down notes on. It can be your iPad, your tablet, your phone, whatever electronic device you use. But I recommend a journal. If you have a journal, please use that one. You may want to do this session in a quiet environment, or where there's minimal distractions. You'll get to understand why when we do step one. Now, before we jump straight into it, I have one announcement. In March 2019, I'm releasing a book that's titled 10 Money Mistakes Are Made That You Must Avoid. It's a powerful tool. It's a must-have book. It's going to be available at your nearest bookstore or in all the digital bookstores. So please be on the lookout for that. It's a must-have. It's a powerful tool. I promise you, you want to have a copy as soon as it's out. Now, let's jump straight into it. How to set and achieve your goals. Step number one, you dream. So you take out your journal, and now we're going to dream, and we're going to dream big. That's why I was recommending that we do this in a quiet environment or where there's minimal distractions. Now, here's a question I want you to ask yourself. What would you do if success was guaranteed? So now, if there was no way you could fail, what would you do? And I want you to structure your answers in the following categories. Number one, personal. Now, this is personal development. What would you do if success was guaranteed in this area of your life? So you can say things, you can write things like, I would attend seminars, anything that comes out, I would read 4 books per month. Anything that pertains to your personal development, you list it there. There's no limits. You can list as much items as you like, but I recommend a minimum of 5 per category, a minimum of 5. This will help you stretch your mind a bit if you feel a bit lazy. So a minimum of 5, you just write it down. The second category is your physical. So this is where you look at your health, your weight, your image. So any goals that pertains to that, you'll list it there. So for example, you can say I weigh 80 kgs, or you can say I dress like a multimillionaire, I eat healthy. All those goals, you just list them there. Number 3, you look at the financial aspect of your life. What would you do if success was guaranteed? So you can say, for example, I have an emergency fund of this much, or I earn this much. The trick here is to be as specific as you possibly can. At the same time, don't worry about how you're going to achieve these goals. Just dream and dream big and write them down on paper as they come. You may want to say, for example, that I save this amount of money for my child's education. Whatever financial goals you may have, you just list them down there. Number 4, spiritual. So this is where you look at goals like, for example, I have completed my diploma in theology. So you write that down there if that's your desire. Or I pray and fast once a week, or I read my Bible every day. So whatever goals that are pertaining to your spiritual, you put them there. Again, there's no limits. Write as much as you can. Number 5, your career or business. So if there's any business idea that you had, any business that you wanted to start, or you're planning on starting, or you're desiring to start, you put it down there under career and business. Or if, for example, you're looking for promotion at work, or you're desiring promotion at work, you'll put that down there as a goal there under business or career. And lastly, you look at relationships or family. Now, this is where, if you have any desires to do family vacations, you'll put it down there. Or if you want to buy a house for your family, or if you want to buy a car, whatever goals that are family oriented or relationship oriented, you'll just put them down there. You may want to do a date night once a month or once a week with your spouse. You'll put it down there. So again, there's no limits. dream and dream big, and don't worry about how you will achieve these at this stage. Just write down all your dreams on paper. So that's what's the most important thing there. Do not limit yourself. Do not limit as you think of it. Put it down. Okay. The second step now, I call this trimming. That's the second step. Now, next to each goal on that list that you have written down in step 1, write down the number of years you think it'll take you to achieve that goal. So if, for example, under personal you've written these 3 goals. I have an executive coaching certificate. I read a minimum of 4 books per month. I have a BCom in financial management. So now what you're going to do, you're going to ask yourself, how long do I think it'll take me to achieve this goal? The first goal. Okay, I think the first goal may take me 2 years. Then you'll write 2 next to that goal. The second one, I read a minimum of 4 books per month. Well, I think I can achieve that in 1 year. Then you're going to put 1. I have a BCom in financial management. Okay, that can take me 3 years, so I'm just going to put 3 there. So you trim all your goals like that. Step 3, we call it now focusing. Okay, focusing. Now, on this step, what you're going to do, you're going to list all the 1-year goals labeled on step 2 and write down for each goal your motive for that goal, the target date for achieving that goal, as well as a strategy of how you think you will achieve that goal. So what you're going to do, you're going to write it in this format. You're going to write your goal. Let's say, for example, take the goal that says that I have a BCom in financial management. That's my goal. And then you're going to write, why do you want to achieve that goal? Why is that goal important to you? Well, you can say something like, this is going to give me a skill to empower many people through coaching. So you can write that would be my why. And then you write down the target date. Okay, so I said it's going to take me 3 years. When exactly? We can say, you can put down a date, which is in 3 years' time. And then you write, how do you think you will achieve that goal? So you just write a list of any activities or tasks that you think you need to do, which will help you achieve that particular goal. Please note that there are some goals which will take you more than 1 year to achieve, but you need to start working on them immediately. For example, the goal of having a BCom in financial management, it'll take me 3 years. But in order for that goal to be achieved, I need to do my first year this year if I want to achieve it in 3 years' time. So for such goals, you list the results you would want to see within 1 year as part of your 1 year goals. So instead of ignoring that goal because I've written 3 on it, I would say, for example, that I have passed my first year in financial management and put that as one of my goals for this year. Okay, I hope that's clear. Number 2, when you write down your goals, please phrase them in a way as if you have already achieved them. So instead of saying that, you know what, I would like to buy a BMW, or I would like to have a BCom in financial management, rather say that I drive a BMW, or I have obtained a BCom in financial management. So you phrase them as if you have already achieved them. And then you write how you think you can achieve that goal. Now the 4th step now is scheduling. Okay, scheduling. Now at this step, what you do now, you write down all your 1 year goals in a printable or digital calendar. Okay, so you can use Google Calendar or even Outlook. What you're going to do, you want to write down all these goals now that you've written. You've written the target dates as well, so you want to schedule them in that calendar as well, so you can be able to. If you could print the calendar, I would be very happy, because at least you can see every month what goals you need to focus on for that particular month. So that's what you do on scheduling. Then step 5, it's implementing. Now what you do here, once a day, every day, preferably before you go to bed, you take out your journal and rewrite all your 1 year goals in a list format. So now you'll omit all the whys and the target dates and whatnot. You'll just write the goal in a list format. And for each goal, ask yourself the following question: what are the most important results for me to achieve tomorrow? That's if you are doing this exercise before you go to bed. And these must be results that will take you closer to your goals. So what are the most important results for you to achieve? And then you're going to write a list of all those results. Now, how I do it, I usually look at one goal at a time and ask myself this question. So if I say, for example, I read 4 books per month, I would ask myself, what are the most important results for me to achieve the following day? And then I would say, okay, you know what, I need to read 1 book. I schedule that. If my next goal is I need to lose 35 kgs, or I need to I weigh 80 kgs, what I will do, I'll ask myself the same question: what are the most important results for me to achieve tomorrow when it comes to this particular goal? Then I'll say, okay, I need to exercise. Then I'll write that down, exercise. So you write a list of all the important results for you to achieve the following day, and then you can sleep. When you wake up tomorrow, you take out your journal, you take out your diary, and then you schedule all the things that you need to do in order to achieve those results that you had written before you went to bed. So if, for example, I had written one of my outcomes is to read 1 chapter of a book, then when I wake up the next day, I'm going to write down when exactly am I going to read this chapter. So now you are scheduling it in your day, and then that's it. You do this every day before you sleep. Rewrite all your goals down. Ask yourself what are the most important outcomes for you to achieve, and then the next day, and then you schedule all the tasks that you need to do in order to achieve those goals, and then that's it. So if you found this helpful, please share it with your friends. Feel free to do that, and you can also subscribe on our channel for more content such as this. Please also like our Facebook page, University of Financial Wisdom, or Mr. V Sholo, and please be on the lookout for my book that's coming out in March 2019. I believe it's going to change your financial landscape. Thank you.